What's up, boys? We're back. We're gonna do our free agency tracker, but live and in person because Brett's in Florida.
So we're all in Florida.
We're always in Florida, Jared.
Oh, not
so
always.
We're gonna go position by position. We're gonna start with the quarterbacks. Brett is our organized bullet point man.
I mean, we wrote down a list. Called organized.
Do we know what the contracts?
No, we did not go into the weeds on these. Bullet points.
Yeah. So we did Darnold to the Seahawks. Who's going to be teaming up with JSN.
And now
Cooper Kupp,
which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
Well, we can touch on it all right now. I mean,
yeah, we can jump around.
I think I'm not a Darnold fan.
No, you're not.
But
it's because you're a Jet Saban.
JSN might triple crown.
JSN might triple crown. Be the shortest man ever triple crown.
He won't have that many touchdowns with Sam Darnold throwing in the ball.
That's true.
But they also don't have Lockett. So.
Or DK Metcalf.
That's right. Yeah, I lost DK and Lockett. But got Kupp. I don't know. I always liked Darnold. He did pretty good last year.
Jay, what do you think? Where do you think Darnold? What range do you think Darnold finishes for fantasy?
Oh, fantasy Darnold?
Yeah, talk about 6-point passing.
6-point passing.
You got Kupp.
I'm probably saying I don't think he
best case scenario.
Top 12. I think he's probably like between 15 and 20.
I was gonna say best case scenario in my mind would be like 11 or 12.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Yeah. I don't think there's a world where he's.
I think.
Where did he finish this year? That'd be an amazing question. I feel like I should know that.
He did pretty good. I mean, they went that how far?
Yeah. I'm gonna do some digging. But anyways.
Yeah. So we're talking about Darnold and the Seahawks starting, so that means Geno to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, the Geno thing is weird.
The 3rd round pick. The Raiders give up a 3rd to get Geno, and the Seahawks said we're just gonna pay a new guy.
Yeah, but not like a guy that's dramatically better. He's just got youth on him.
I don't like either one of them. I don't think either one of them are difference makers. So I think the Seahawks made the right move by getting a pick.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people say it was kind of a lateral move. It didn't really help either team do it.
Yeah.
It's just a preference. Like the Raiders could have just signed Darnold too.
Yeah, right. And it would have been like, okay, that's about the same move.
Yeah. The only other new Raider is Mostert. Raheem.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, my boy. That one season he gave me that won me the championship.
So we were going to put him on here because he's not really relevant.
What?
But it's wanted to talk about
yes, because I think that Raheem Mostert will have plus 10 touchdowns. I think is what I said.
That's wild.
I'll have over 10 double-digit touchdowns again.
That's crazy with what's his name still there? Jacobson? No, he's
not. Jacobson.
No, there's like nobody.
No, the guy
who's going
Zamir White.
Zamir White, yeah.
Zamir White, but
Dylan Lowry.
Yeah. Then there's that one guy with like a weird last.
So he finished in PPR at 9 with the Vikings.
Okay.
Just so it's said.
Interesting.
So.
He did do pretty good last year. So that makes sense.
Yeah, but that wasn't Fields wasn't
35 touchdowns.
Fields wasn't starting last year.
That's good for a quarterback.
He had 12 INTs.
He's in a perfect situation and finished at 9.
Yeah.
So he's downgraded situation. I don't think he finishes above 12.
Yeah, because he was technically, I mean, not technically. I think it's pretty undisputed throwing to the best wide receiver in football at the time. So.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would say Chase, but yeah.
I would disagree. I like Chase.
I think there's a better supporting cast in Minnesota than Cincinnati, though. Cincinnati's line is not as good as Minnesota's.
Okay, I was going to say, like, what are we talking about here?
True. Yeah.
Anyway.
Next we got Fields of the Jets.
Yes. He's back as a starter. This time for real.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't no fake. Steelers are going to let him start 4-2 and then take the reins for no reason and let the gritty old vet bog down their offense.
Yeah, which means, like we're saying, that Rodgers isn't on the team, but he's also still a free agent.
Yep.
Yeah. But on the Fields thing, what about him for fantasy? We can ask this question for Geno too. We kind of skipped.
So here's the thing: Fields. So lost Devontae, right?
Yeah.
Devontae went to the Rams.
You don't need Devontae. He's got his college.
So you have Wilson, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Wilson and no one.
Don't they have like that Pascal or some bullshit?
Yeah, they have Conklin.
I think
the
Jets are very much in the market to draft a receiver.
Yeah, very.
If I was the Jets, I would have been trying to get Kupp.
They probably did, but Kupp Couple's already on the West Coast. He just drove to a different town.
I know,
A
right?
contract.
I don't know. There's still some free agents. that
I
they
think
can get.
Fields, if he starts the whole season, I think he ends up as a top 10 quarterback because rushing upside in fantasy is ridiculous, and Fields has that in spades.
Right.
So there's that.
But we also know that there are at least 4 free agents that are pretty big names. So we have Keenan Allen, Lockett. We got Stephon Diggs. We've got Amari Cooper. Who are all free agents that could go to the Jets.
Yeah. Could change things.
So
I don't know.
Amari Cooper is really the only one that I like out of that group.
I don't think Amari Cooper fits with the Jets. I feel like if the Jets were to sign any others, like I could see Lockett or Diggs being a Jet.
Yeah.
Ooh, Diggs is the Jets to face the Bills twice a year.
That's true.
Prove he's better.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I think Fields will do fine as long as he can run what he wants to
So
run.
where is he finishing in fantasy? What's the range? I think he's in top 10.
I'd say top. I'd say
If
he's
he
right around
starts
Darnold.
every game, I could see.
Putting him above or below Darnold for fantasy.
I'd put him
go
below. Because he didn't prove anything
One.
last year that's going to tell you. He didn't throw enough passing touchdowns last year to prove that he could.
No, because he had to run for everything because nobody could do anything on offense.
And that's going to be different with the Jets.
He's got Garrett Wilson. Did you see what they did in college?
Yeah, but Garrett's got to get another receiver to pull off.
No, we don't.
The rest of the
He's
season,
not.
double
He
team.
can't take
No, we
doubles.
don't.
All right, let's move on. Can't keep it simple. So, huge trade. Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett to the Browns.
Kenny Pickett, relevant for fantasy too,
That is relevant.
because that means I don't know.
Well,
It means we're probably not drafting a quarterback at number 2 overall.
it is the only reason Myles Garrett signed. He
And
wanted
No.
money and a Super Bowl
And
quarterback.
a little bit of
That's true. They got a
little bit
Super
of,
Bowl
like,
quarterback. Yeah.
looking ahead here. I don't like this Kenny Pickett trade because I think it means we're not drafting a quarterback at number 2.
Mm.
And also the Titans haven't made like any moves in free agency, which means they're probably taking 1 at 1.
Mm.
Which means give me Abdul Carter at 2 with Myles Garrett, but like does that mean I have to watch Kenny Pickett
You
and
get
Deshaun
Brock.
Watson and Jameis Winston as our quarterback room?
Yeah.
Jameis is still there.
He's
Oh,
a
you're
free
right, he's a
agent.
free agent, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe you get Brock Ewers.
Quinn Ewers.
Quinn Ewers, whatever his name is.
Jackson Dart. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like Kenny Pickett. I don't like the
I heard Anthony Richardson is available.
Well,
There's
maybe.
rumors
we'll
he's
talk
headed
about
to the
that in a little bit.
Browns.
Yeah, so
That's what I've
that's the
heard.
next one. Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
So the Colts.
Yeah.
So now Anthony Richardson has competition against the worst
Which
quarterback
I
in the
think
league.
I think that's good for both players because the fantasy value is both dead.
Dead?
Yeah, I'd say.
There's a lot of people that AR.
They're just
Richardson is young
That's the only
and can
thing.
run, so for fantasy when he starts he's solid. Like
Yeah.
when he runs. Now,
Yeah, but then he
But
also
to
goes
throw.
3
He's gotta
for
get-
25
and throws 2 picks. Yeah.
with 150 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 completions,
Because
150
Alec
yards.
Pierce
That's-
has like a 97-yard catch.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
The Colts
all
are
weird.
mid.
Yeah.
I think both
Just
of them
gonna
will
lean on
start
JT.
games. If
They're
it's
just
not
going to
for the
run
Colts.
Yeah.
JT. That's it.
I think AR should get traded if I was the Colts. If you really thought Daniel Jones was worth signing, then you'd get rid of AR.
I think this,
He's also
I
not
think Daniel
proven that
Jones
he's-
is there so that they can like make AR earn the starting job
Yeah.
week 1, but,
But-
he's going to give it up at some
Do-
point during the season.
Yeah, I was gonna say the issue though with me with the whole Anthony Richardson thing is like, do we actually think that somebody with a completion percentage as bad as he's had, which is historically bad, can even start in the NFL?
Not long term. He's got to improve on what he's
Because
been,
like
that's for
you
sure.
could be 50-50 and probably start if you had enough running upside, but he's not even that. Like
And
it's
Josh
not-
Allen the first few years wasn't this bad.
No.
People still compare to Josh Allen. It wasn't this
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
bad. He could hit a barn if he was trying to.
Oh gosh,
I don't know. We'll
It
see how
doesn't
he
make
does.
sense.
No.
those stat lines are weird.
No.
Who starts more games for the Colts?
This year,
Yeah,
Danny Dimes.
Ooh.
I'm going Richardson.
I'd say Richardson too.
I just think they're young guy. The team's invested. They're going to give him every opportunity.
If they
to
don't
achieve.
trade him,
They're going to
he's
give Richardson
past.
every opportunity to fail.
Right.
Not succeed, to fail.
I don't know. I think he's headed to the Browns.
Danny Dimes. All right. Next, Kirko, staying with the Falcons.
That is
But
news.
underneath Penix.
Is that the like official? Like
Kirk
they
is
said?
right, still back up with the Falcons, and reports are coming out. Well, the $10 million kicked in, so they can't cut him now and save that money, so he is still a Falcon.
Just a very high-paid backup.
A very valuable backup.
It's kind of like the Browns situation with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
That was the backup. Speaking of quarterbacks staying,
another one, Stafford, Rams.
This was so funny.
Staying in the Rams.
He requested a trade. The Rams were like, okay, go find a team that wants you. And then the next day, he signed a contract with the Rams to extend. And it was like, oh.
I didn't see the money on that deal. Was it big? I mean,
I don't think so.
Because I heard people say that he was searching for another big contract, but
as you would.
I mean, it allowed him to get Devontae, so that should help, especially when he lost his cup after he'd signed the deal. Then the other thing we got for the quarterbacks is Rodgers and Wilson. Kind of split between 3 teams. So the Giants and Steelers obviously need a starter. Then the Vikings have kind of been looking into one of the veterans.
$160 million. I didn't realize it was
How many years?
4.
Oh.
How old is he? 36 already?
That's big money for Stafford. Anyway,
yes, it'll be 39 or 39 by the Giants.
So we have three teams right
so that
now.
probably is last.
The Steelers, the Vikings, and the Giants. Obviously, the Steelers and Giants need a starter.
Yeah, between Rodgers and Wilson. Makes sense that it'd be Wilson because Wilson for the Steelers because they have DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
They played before. Unless
and
they
Russ
hate
is
each
just
other.
a Steeler.
Yeah.
Unless they hate each other. Yeah, and Russ has a hitter in the offense.
Yeah.
But Arthur Smith doesn't like Russ. I think Rodgers will be a Steeler and Russ will be a Giant.
Well, if Arthur
or
doesn't
a Brown,
if
unfortunately.
Arthur doesn't like Russ, he's not going to like Rodgers because Rodgers is going to run.
But it's different. That's like, when you don't like something, you're like, this will be better. It's the grass is always greener.
Mm-hmm.
Like Arthur Smith's like,
Aaron
will
Rodgers
be better
is greener.
with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is greener.
He is greener.
Let Rodgers cook.
Rodgers cook. Oh yeah.
Some ayahuasca cooking.
Mm-hmm.
You can't bring Devontae Adams in though, so you guys might be in trouble.
Yeah, true.
Well, if he brings Randall Cobb back, we'll be good.
Alan Lazard's gonna be a Steeler.
If he could do some recruiting on like
Jordy Nelson's coming out of retirement.
Oh gosh.
All right, so receivers. We already talked about DK.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Cup, Adams.
Yep.
Christian Kirk to the Texans.
CJ Stroud gets a new toy.
Well,
Unfortunately, he lost his whole offensive line because the Texans are just fire selling that unit.
Yeah.
And they were bad, so I don't know if that's a huge deal because they were so bad last year, but they're really wheeling and dealing.
They have no talent now.
Line. Yeah.
They weren't great last year, but now they have no talent.
I think
which was the part that they struggled with. The Stroud was on the ground.
I think Christian Kirk will probably be between a wide receiver 2 and 3 with the Texans as the 2 behind Nico.
Because they did lose Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs is a
So
free.
they got Nico and his Tank.
Who else?
Tank is. He broke his leg. He's expected to miss most, if not all, of 2025.
Okay. So it's
Because
mostly.
he
so
like
Kirk is
completely
kind of
broke
brought in
that
to be a 2.
Yeah, but he did catch
Christian
they brought
Kirk.
him here
Christian
for.
Kirk would definitely be the slot guy.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be the worst thing. Some slot guys can be sneaky.
No, yeah, for
fantasy.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
But then big wide receiver stuff to talk about.
Debo, real early went to the Commanders.
Yeah, that was like
I missed
early
that.
trades. Debo to the Commanders. I don't really think that. I think it boosts Jaden Daniels' stock up even more. I think it slightly bumps Terry, but not that much. I don't know if Debo.
I was gonna say.
But
other
they
than a gadget guy.
Yeah, but they also re-signed Ertz, which became like a pretty big factor last year.
They also lost their ancillary pieces at receiver.
Yeah,
Zacchaeus left,
I
and
assume
Ali Brown left.
Austin Eckler's not there anymore. I don't know what his contract.
Oh, that's a good question.
Because
so right now it's just B-Rob.
yeah, which I like. Better than Bijan.
Eckler was on a 2-year deal, but I could be wrong. So
But even without Eckler, they had that Nichols, and he did
Yeah,
pretty
he
good.
didn't resign. Jeremy McNichols is back.
He was pretty good. But yeah, some Commanders have kind of a different offense.
Debo will have games though, for sure.
He always has on and off stuff. All right, Hopkins signed to the Ravens, so he's not on the Chiefs anymore.
Where borderline Hall of Fame wide receivers go to die.
Okay, he's still under contract.
Baltimore or Tennessee is where these big name receivers go at the end of their careers, and it usually doesn't go well.
Yep.
Catch, 7. Like
they want to play with
Deontay Johnson.
Right.
Yeah, borderline Hall of Famer.
Borderline.
Big name guy.
Bro could have been.
Deontay Johnson.
He was a big name guy.
At one point.
for like a season.
He's the only receiver that we've actually signed to a contract.
He was a
for
big
long
name.
time.
He was a big name guy when they talked about. How
And then
much
we
he
traded him
dropped
away
the
like the
ball.
next season.
Yeah, because he kept catching it and running backwards.
And he said he didn't want to be in Pittsburgh.
Right.
That happened too.
Godwin
Re-signed with the Bucks.
with the Bucks.
Yeah.
That was kind of
3-year
a
deal.
year, so Baker's probably happy.
Yeah, that's stability too, because Godwin coming off that like huge knee injury.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then Slayton stayed with the Giants.
That's
Which-
so funny.
Which it's weird. Slayton signed like a 3-year, $36 million,
Yep.
and
Barkley got
Barkley
2 for 36.
got 2 for 36 at the Eagles. So instead of paying Barkley last year, they got rid of him. And they thought, oh, maybe we should sign a $30 million deal for Darius Slayton.
Well,
Yeah.
and they almost cut Slayton like 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
So now that they gave him a contract,
Which
and they're like, we should keep
he
him.
has been getting a lot of targets.
Oh, he's been good.
But still,
Yeah.
really.
Barkley did Barkley have a good season last year?
I think
I was
he's doing
okay.
okay.
Was it better than Darius Slayton's year?
I have to look. I have to get into the advanced metrics.
Yeah, I didn't find that out, so we'll have to look into that.
Just similar contract.
Yeah.
Got you.
Good thing we're not qualified to be the Giants GM.
Mm.
We hard to figure that out.
His kid's might be though. I know.
Running back, some kind of jumping back and forth. So Dowdle went
Yeah.
to the Panthers from the Cowboys.
Yep.
Which they need all the short people they can get, I guess. They like to be
Guess so.
stones of short people between the backfield. This is gonna be like
But they did get rid of Sanders. Sanders went to the Cowboys, so it's
He's
kind
tall.
of he was too tall. He was miles tall. No.
That's worse.
So Javonte Williams too went to the Cowboys.
Okay.
So the Cowboys got Javonte and Sanders.
All this for them to back up Ashton Genty.
Yeah, exactly.
They're in a competition to back up Ashton Genty. Unless Jerry Jones says, I'm right, I'm not going to roster a good running back.
Well, they still got Deuce in there.
He's turning to the Panthers.
Yeah,
He's
right.
out here, they want to short guys.
He should've. Aaron Jones stayed with the Vikings,
Yep.
so he signed another deal back. Najee Harris,
Yeah, big deal there. Big deal there,
big
honestly.
1-year deal.
Yeah.
$5 million?
To the
It wasn't a terrible
It's a
money deal.
small-
It's a small deal. It's definitely like a. Can he
Prove
actually? Yeah, prove it. Are you actually a
It's close to
1,000-yard
Prove a deal.
running back, or you were just in a good system that ran you a lot?
Yeah, so he's going to the Chargers. Who was their running back last year?
J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, and
because-
Hassan Haskins, who is a bum. There was a game late in the season. I remember this. Hassan Haskins is a Michigan player, so I hate him to start with. But they had it 1st and goal. They gave it to Hassan Haskins on 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, and 3rd and goal from the 1. Didn't score. Dobbins comes in on 4th and goal and scores a touchdown. And it was like, why are you giving it to your 3rd string running back on the goal line? Like, get
Sometimes-
out of here, Jim Harbaugh.
Sometimes it just has to happen.
And now Najee can get all 4 carries
He's going to
at
turn
the goal
into
line
the next
and not
LT.
score.
He'll be the next LT.
He might be. He might be. You did say you thought he was going to have like 15 touchdowns.
I did. I do think Najee's gonna have a lot of touchdowns.
I think there's a stat that said Jim Harbaugh has a longer rush than Najee ever in his career. Najee's longest run is like 37 yards. I think Harbaugh is like 44.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Terrell Pryor has a longer run than that. That's for sure.
Yeah, but pretty sad.
Yeah, that is pretty real.
Speaking of Raiders quarterbacks,
Well, I was going to do A.J. Dillon to the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
speaking of backup deals,
Yeah, I mean, he's a backup, but the reason that's he lost in the second is because Gainwell is now on the Steelers. So
which is also relevant because Najee's
Not
Yeah.
bad.
and
So,
they
yeah.
right
tagged.
now. He's
Although I feel like Gainwell and Warren are kind of similar people.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they tagged Warren.
Yeah.
Or they like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Tendered.
Tendered, yeah.
I forget how that works.
So we'll see how that goes. Mostert to the Raiders. We talked about that earlier.
Yep.
Jared's guy.
Yeah, my guy.
Plus
last
10
one.
touchdowns. And then Madison to the Dolphins.
backup deal, but for running backs, backup deals are kind of huge in Dynasty.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Because even if you could be guaranteed third down,
Yeah.
or
A role,
Or
at least,
a drive,
or at least
or-
the backup role,
Yeah.
like the clear established backup. Like the
Mhm.
Cowboys
'Cause they're not-
backfield, that's a mess.
yeah,
But
because they're not going
Madison
to
is
pay
definitely
like
the
if they
backup to
if they
H.
acquired you and paid you.
I forgot about Jalen Wright because he was getting really involved at the end of last season too for the Dolphins.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
he's there.
The biggest thing with A-Chain backing him up is he can't stay healthy.
He was healthy most of last year.
I feel like he missed tons of time last year. Am I crazy?
He missed a few
Last year
games,
he
but it
lost.
wasn't. It was like one chunk. Like he wasn't missing multiple games. Like he
I
missed
think
a
it's
chunk.
because
He didn't
the
miss.
year before, both him and Mostert had like 20
Yeah.
plus touchdowns. So it just seemed like
Yeah.
they were both there all the time.
And then we have a few tight ends.
Yeah, so we talked about Ertz staying with the Commanders.
You're right. It was 2 years ago where he wasn't available.
Hmm.
Last year he played 16 of 17 games.
I was gonna say I didn't think he was
The year before he.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was a lot of.
rookie, tiny guy.
Yeah.
It happens.
We got Mike Gesicki, deal with Bengals.
Yeah.
Again,
The guy's always sneaky good. I don't know.
they're keeping
There's
the
just a
band
couple
together up there in
games.
Cincy.
Well,
on
yeah.
offense.
Burrow really wanted him to stay. I
Yeah.
know that he was a big advocate.
Yeah,
for
because he's a third receiver.
him. Yeah.
He's like their slot
I
guy.
feel like he said.
And when T
Yeah.
misses games, that's whenever Gesicki has good games.
Right.
So
Because he was having trouble.
that's the blueprint for when to start Mike Gesicki as a tight end.
Another one staying is Juwan Johnson, staying in the Saints.
Kind of irrelevant.
But did Taysom Hill retire?
he tore his ACL.
Oh, and
So,
that's
yes.
He
we
is,
were.
I don't believe
He
he
said he
retired.
Should
I
retire.
don't think he retired officially, but I wouldn't be surprised if he
Doesn't.
did at the end of 2025.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the last one we got is Ingram. Evan Ingram going to the Broncos.
He got cut by the Jaguars. It's
Cut
a
by the
bright and
Jaguars.
strange season in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think he's going to do good though.
Another Penn
Bowie.
State tight end.
Bowie nicks out and Brock.
There's a couple good tight ends in the draft class too.
Maybe that's how we'll fix our quarterback situation that Trevor Lawrence thing will actually happen. There was rumors early on about Trevor Lawrence.
Is
The
Trevor
Steelers
Lawrence-
inquiring about
Okay,
Trevor
come
Lawrence.
on.
There's also Kyler Murray, which was a weird one.
Yeah. That'd be
Giving up
funny.
some first round picks.
I think the
To be
Steelers should
terrible.
trade for Deshaun Watson.
No shit.
As long as you pay him, I'll give up a pick for him.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, some interesting moves. Still some more to go. Like we said, we had some free agents, quarterbacks.
There's still
No
some to be
kickers?
determined. There's a lot of.
We don't want to talk about Justin Tucker?
No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of free agent wide receivers that, like, if a team said, okay, we need receiver help really badly, they could just bring in a quartet of veterans, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
they have seemingly one of the best cores in the game. They're
By
all
names.
older,
Like, especially with Diggs. Like,
have lost the
a lot
speed.
of people, like, if you just brought Diggs in with, oh, that's a great receiving core now. Like they did with the Texans last year. Like, everyone touted that as the greatest receiving core ever assembled.
It was really good, but none of them could stay on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
Nico got hurt. Diggs got hurt. Dell died. And
And I
was
think-
irrelevant for the first half
I
of the
think
year.
truly some of these older wide receivers will get probably you're getting offered deals that they don't like,
Yeah,
and are
that's
just sitting
what
and waiting
happens
for
with
someone to get
receivers.
injured.
It's kind of like in fantasy where you're just throwing like a late 2 for like a random kind
Yeah.
of old running back. And you're like, maybe it goes through, type of thing.
Yeah.
But like Jets need a wide receiver. Bears, since Keenan's leaving.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind another wide receiver still, because we
Yeah,
still
but-
really have two.
But we got
But-
2 guys that will start crying if they don't get target share.
When they're
Now
saying
you're
we
gonna
they're
bring
talking about
another
the
person.
Steelers for those
Yeah.
confused.
We got Ben Skoranek back though,
You dig up
That's
and
big.
Scotty Miller.
and Scotty Miller, and we still have
You enjoy
Tom
those?
Wilson.
You enjoy those
Roman
irrelevant white
Wilson,
receivers?
Roman Wilson, the ghost.
The
That's
The ghost.
that's a good nickname,
Yeah.
but not for a wide receiver.
Well, it would be a good nickname if he Sunday showed up and he
Oh.
ghosted right in,
Mm.
but he's not done
He
that.
ghosts his
He just ghosts
DBs.
everything.
He
Anyway,
ghosts his DBs.
Do you guys have any like super favorite free agents or anyone that's been impacted by free agent signings for this upcoming season?
Kenny Pickett. I'm a big Kenny
Big
Pickett
winners.
fan.
You mean Super Bowl champion? Kenny
Yes,
Pickett.
Super Bowl champion.
At least it was.
You know, I don't know when this interview happened, but Myles Garrett
Would you-
did say that he knew what was happening at quarterback, and it made him sign.
That was like 2 days ago.
Did that happen before or after Kenny? Maybe he knew about the Kenny Pickett stuff in advance.
It was after Kenny Pickett.
Oh,
actually.
dang.
So,
Maybe they finally told him that he's going to start.
that probably. I am terrified that means Shedeur Sanders around.
Yeah.
I'm scared that's what that means.
Well, he likes
You
to play with him on Madden. You hear
really
that?
think
Prime?
Prime is going to let him go to the Browns?
I freaking hope not.
There's
Prime,
no way.
Do your
don't let it
thing.
happen.
Do your thing,
Do
Prime.
not let it happen.
No, I think I'm excited for Darnold.
Yeah.
I think he did really well.
You've always been a Darnold guy.
Yeah, I really like him.
And Baker.
Baker, yeah,
Is that the same
Darnold
class?
run it back.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah. Baker was 1, Darnold was 3. Yeah, because Barkley was 2.
Darnold was in.
It was Baker, Barkley, Darnold, Denzel Ward was the top 4 in that draft.
And you picked Denzel Ward over Baker.
I didn't.
No, you did. In your heart.
Yes. Because I'm an Ohio State fan. Why wouldn't I pick
Not
the
true.
Ohio
I guess
State guy?
he did a little.
Yeah, Baker did do that, yeah. And then I did this on Denzel Ward. I was planting my flag. He's my
Oh,
guy.
yes.
He's
Like
my
you stabbed
favorite player.
him. That's cool.
That's
You
not
two-handling you? What?
I was playing with flags. He's my player.
Oh, okay.
I honestly, you know, you're going with your guy.
Uh,
Obviously, I think this is a good thing for Fields. Back with Garrett Wilson, I've been begging for him to go play for with either Garrett Wilson or my Browns for a while now, and unfortunately, he went to the team I hate the most in the whole entire
You should have
NFL.
went to the Saints.
But I'm glad he's at least a starting quarterback now, and he doesn't really have much competition out there.
but how does it feel to be cooked by Josh Allen's fiance? He called all the teams in the AFC East. She named them the Bills and their 3 sons.
Wow.
So
Just wait
Fields
till
doesn't really have a chance.
Justin Fields will beat
in
Josh
that
Allen
division.
once this year.
Ooh,
That's a hot take.
that is a hot
You
take.
wanted to make a bet on it?
I will make a bet on that.
What will you eat?
Ghost pepper?
Or drink?
I'll do the 1 chip challenge.
Oh, shit. You want to take that bet or you want me to take that?
Last time I did hot.
No, I
threw
actually
up.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. It's too much. It's too much.
I-
To be determined. We'll work
Okay.
this out.
Alright.
Something spicy
We'll
though.
work this out. Because it is a spicy bet.
It is very spicy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We'll get
you guys
back to
have
that.
anything to say?
Nope, that's all I got till the draft.
Yeah.
We'll probably do.
We'll see you guys for a rookie mock after the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Probably. Maybe a preview show in the draft too. We'll see.
Depends how it goes.
Depends how
We
much
could-
want we are.
Yeah, we could do a live draft show.
That'd be sick. See you guys coming up. What? Jackson next year.
Oh, okay.
He's talking about just us three live.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I was like, I thought it wasn't maybe in Pittsburgh this year.
Oh, no, next year.
You guys, we can wait. We have face cam now. Bye.
Bye.